Okay, this lesson is on infinitive phrases. And infinitive is the form of the verb that comes after the word to. And we use these quite often in our writing and in our speaking. So it would be to run, to jump, to talk, to believe, to remember, would all be examples of infinitives. An infinitive can act as three different parts of speech. So it can act as a noun in the sentence, taking the same place as any other noun. It can act as an adjective, modifying a noun, or it can act as an adverb, modifying a verb, adjective, or adverb. So infinitives are the most commonly used phrase aside from prepositional phrases because it's so versatile. We use it in so many different ways. So when it's acting as a noun, again, it can be anything a noun can be. So it can be a subject. To hear is an ability. So to hear is our infinitive. It's actually a noun and is functioning as the subject in your sentence. So if you were asked what is the subject of the sentence, the subject is the infinitive to hear. It can act as the direct object. She quickly learned to whistle. She is your subject. The verb is learned. What did she learn? She learned to whistle. So to whistle here is acting as a noun. It's the direct object in your sentence. It can act as a predicate noun, following a linking verb as opposed to an action verb. His ambition is to write. So here, ambition is your subject, is your linking verb, and the predicate noun is to write. It's what his ambition is. Okay? And then it can be the object of a preposition. Justin wanted nothing except to rest. Except is your preposition. Except to rest is your prepositional phrase. And to rest is an infinitive acting as the object. And finally, it can be an appositive. So we've learned about appositives and appositive phrases. You can have an infinitive act as an appositive. So her desire, comma, to paint, comma, was soon realized. So our appositive is set off by commas. It's what her desire is. It's acting as a noun in the sentence. To paint is the thing that her desire is. And so therefore it's an infinitive acting as an appositive. And this is why infinitives can be a little more complicated than the other phrases we've looked at so far. In addition to being a noun, they can also act as adjectives and adverbs. So if it's acting as an adjective, the person to see is the principal. It's going to answer the same kinds of questions an adjective does, and it's going to modify a noun. So in this sentence, to see is modifying person, and it's telling us which person it is who is the principal. Okay. In the second sentence, he has enough desire to win. Okay, it's telling us what kind of desire, okay, he has. He has the desire to win as opposed to the desire to lose or to tie. So it's acting as an adjective, modifying desire. Desire is what he has. It's a noun in the sentence. And when it's acting as an adverb, it's going to answer the same kinds of questions an adverb does. So is this hard to open? To open here is acting as an adverb, modifying hard. Hard would be an adjective in this case. And it's telling us in what manner is it hard. Or in what way is it hard? And then happy to wait, she read a magazine. Happy here is an adjective describing she. To wait is describing happy for us. So it's in what manner is she happy or how is she happy? She's happy to wait. So it's acting as an adverb. Adverbs modify adjectives. They modify, in this case, I guess they're both adjectives that they're modifying. But they could modify an adverb or a verb as well. Easy, right? Infinitives can also be a phrase. So in addition to just the verb itself, the infinitive itself, it can have a modifier or a direct object working with it. So when it has a modifier or a direct object, the entire phrase acts as a single part of speech. So, for example, we could have an infinitive that has an adverb. You must try to speak less rapidly. Okay, in this sentence, okay, You is your subject, must try is our verb phrase, to speak is our infinitive, and it's acting as a direct object. It's what we must try. But in this case, we have less rapidly. Less is telling us about rapidly, to what extent it should be rapid. It's an adverb. And then rapidly is telling us about speak, how we should speak, the manner in which we should speak. So this whole thing now is our infinitive phrase. And the entire phrase, to speak less rapidly, is the direct object in the sentence. Other examples. We can have an infinitive with an adverb prepositional phrase. To swim across the English Channel was her ambition. Okay? Across the English Channel is a prepositional phrase. It's modifying swim, telling us where we want to swim. But to swim is an infinitive, so to swim across the English Channel is actually acting as the subject in our sentence. Linking verb is was, and predicate noun is ambition. Okay, so to swim across the English Channel, that entire infinitive phrase is acting as your subject. You could have an infinitive with a direct object. She wanted to cross the street. In this sentence, to cross is our infinitive phrase. Street is its direct object. To cross what? The street. So this is acting as a direct object to cross, but the infinitive is acting as the direct object in the sentence. It's acting as a noun. To cross is what she wanted. So to cross the street becomes the whole thing becomes the direct object in your sentence. She's the subject, wanted your verb. Your assignment. You can do it. You're going to write a sentence with an infinitive or an infinitive phrase if you're feeling ambitious. And then you're going to identify the infinitive or the infinitive phrase in your sentence. So, for example, Proof wanted to play. Here, to play is our infinitive. It's acting as a direct object. And so I'm going to identify it by underlining it. Proof wanted to play. If you want to go for a phrase, Proof wanted to play in the yard, I add a prepositional phrase here that's telling us where she wants to play. So in the yard's modifying play, the whole thing is my infinitive phrase. So I need to identify the entire thing, which I did by underlining. I identified the infinitive portion by highlighting it yellow, right? To play in the yard. Okay, so that is your assignment. And if you have any questions, send me an email. I'll do my best to help you out with it.